Oh, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the people of the state of California, and I'm going to do something a little bit different here today. We're going to tell a story, hence the title named Hollyweird. I was in Hollywood, and then we were doing an interview. They were interested in interviewing me. I was being interviewed because of some of the financial things that I was doing at the time, and some of the legal work. I had gained a lot of fame and a lot of acknowledgement from a lot of group of people because of what I was doing and helping a lot of individuals and saving a lot of individuals a lot of money, and exposing a lot of things that need to be exposed in government. Now, this this is why I have a newscast today, is to tell people the truth of what's going on. Now, what's very interesting is when I got there, first thing they told me was, I asked them, "Hey, is this a live on television?" They actually told me, "No, we're pre-recording, and that some of the videos that you see on television are already pre-recorded, and then they're just put on air for people to view." Um, and what's interesting is there was a audience there for reaction, but more or less the individual television shows that we see were already pre-recorded. Now they tell me I can't wear my jeans, my sneakers, or my high tops on television. They wouldn't elaborate on why. Um, so I said, okay. I just went along with it. I said, okay, fine. That's fine. If you got something else for me, I gave them ahead of time. They asked for sizes or whatever. I wasn't worried about it. I said, okay, here you go. I figured they were going to give me a suit or something. Um, but um, when I went in there, the guy was doing my hair. We got a call for about 20 minutes that I was going to go on. I wasn't worried. It was not on television. I didn't have to worry about saying something bad. I mean, I still couldn't curse because it would mess up the film, obviously. But let alone, the fact that I was on television and being able to allow to expose some of the stuff. I knew some of it was going to be censored and some of it was going to be edited, but I was ready to battle for that. Um, And so these individuals, a guy was doing my hair, and he tells me he picks up a shirt. The shirt is really like flaily, like feminine, and I'm like, I'm not wearing that. And he said, you have to wear it. The producer said you have to wear it. And I told him I don't give a fuck what the producer says. Stop asking me that, I'm gonna fucking hurt you. And so he runs and goes gets the producer. The producer then tells me I have to wear that. And so the producers then I told him the same thing. Get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna fuck you up. I don't care about no LAPD. I told him. I'll fuck you up. I'm gonna hurt you. Get the fuck away from me. And he runs out, and God knows where he went. And then I ended up doing the thing, and leaving. I just wore my sneakers, my shirt, and my high tops. But the thing is, the difference between me and everyone else in Hollywood is I'm not scared to say fuck you. No, I'm gonna fuck you up if you keep asking me. Don't go ask other people. I'm gonna tell them the same thing. Uh, the thing is, I'm not scared of no LAPD. The LAPD is so corrupt. They'll take a bribe. Judges will take bribes in LA. I can get off like that in a heartbeat. I don't care how much money you think you have. I had just as much. Um, See, there's a thing about money. When they blackball you, then what you do is you go and sue. Bam. And you say asset forfeiture. they have now forfeited their assets. So I made them forfeit their assets, and they were pissed. I had people actually have attempts on my life twice. I've had other attempts on my life. I've had people machine gun the home that I was living in, and I didn't get hit by by the grace of God, I didn't get hit by a single bullet. Thank God I remembered to stay low, keep my head to the fucking ground until the firing stopped. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Sergeant Rick. You know, that's what they'll try to do. If they can't negotiate with you, if you sue them and you beat them, then they'll come and try to take your life. But the fact is, you can't be scared of these people. You have to fight them back just as hard as they're fighting you. And that's really what it is. It's you have to use your intellect to outwit them, to outbeat them. And, you don't have, in a battle of wits, you want are unarmed. Socrates, Aristotle, morons. But these people are thinking they're so superior because they can just bribe a judge. It's that easy because they can't physically beat people who think and have individual thought and doesn't allow anything to come in their bubble. That's what they don't want. And those are the people that would be best to stay away from. That was my story and my experience in Hollywood. And these people, if they can't get you to do what they want, they'll blackball you. If they can't blackball you, they'll kill you. If they can't kill you, they might just leave you alone if they can't kill you. It's hit and miss with them. But you always got to make sure to be aware of what's going on around you. Listen to what is being said. And understand the scenario. Is there an escape route if needed? These types of things are very good to know. And people need to understand this. And understand that Hollywood is a very dangerous place, and that people are dying there at a young age. They're not having ODs, and they're not having these deaths happen by accident. These deaths are happening because people are being murdered, and then they're doing a CIA tactic and making them look like dope fiends. By planting drugs, or he committed suicide and killed somebody. Who knows? That could there's been cases where people have been shot 3 times in the chest and in the head, and then it was ruled a suicide. Stranger things have happened. People need to realize that these are powerful, powerful people. And when you deal with Hollywood and their contracts, you have to remember that these adhesion contracts that they're signing can only be altered through a contract that they sign. So you look at the contract, you find out, okay, is that legal? Is that valid within my state? These are the type of things you have to be aware of, because if you're not aware of how contract law works or how debt works, then you will always be in debt to Hollywood. No matter how much you pay them, no matter how much money you give them, they'll own your ass to the end of time. Just like WWE or any entertainment center, Fox News, CNN, they own their ass till the end of time. They own every rights, everything about them, anything. They're going to get zero pension. That goes back to the corporation. People think I'm getting this pension. That money's going back to the corporation when you're done. When it's done, that's done. That's it. There's no more money after you're done working. Your pension's gone. And it's because people don't know how mortgages work, how these things work. This is why I send information like this. This is why I share this information with people, so people don't get tricked by the contracts, tricked by the adhesion contracts, excuse me. And it's important to understand that these individuals do not care how much money they take. It's all about money. It's an agenda thing. I've actually had really, really good ideas that were put on the back burner because it wasn't good for business at the time. It could have been a good story, and it's a Pulitzer story, but they don't want to play it because it could affect a lot of people. And they could even do it at a time of election. That would be even greater. I would love for that to happen and completely affect an election. That's how they do it. I mean, the media acts like Trump interferes with elections, but media is the fourth branch of the government. They affect opinions. That why do you think you see Cat Williams waving the gun, or you see these people going crazy on the news, and it's played over and over and over and over and over again? It is to brainwash you. People like TMZ, who are there only to brainwash you. They actually cut skits and cuts and excerpts. Excuse me. They make cuts and excerpts and sound bites that are one-sided, that are not fully what he said it, but he didn't fully complete the whole video. Why do you think we always get video or of these cops beating people, but the film always comes out later? Oh, this was found out later about the victim. Why didn't the news know that at the first time the victim? Why didn't they find out? Oh, he had a background history of theft or car theft or robbery, or he has he had a couple. Oh, he just has a couple DUIs. That's nothing. They never do this because they only do it because it's favorable to what their agenda is. And people have to realize that Hollywood has a lot of money. They can throw billions and billions and billions of dollars at people and go nobody basically they can suffer no penalties. They don't get penalties. They don't get no fines, no fees, nothing. They just go scot-free. One of the Nickelodeon producers ended up still working with children. Disney actually hired a pedophile to work for them and is working actively with children. That is alarming. And that is fucking scary. The power they have and how dangerous they are. They could literally kill anyone and do anything they want. Think about that. Anything to anyone. That means even your child. If you were to be in Hollywood, even if you weren't in Hollywood, there's people in this world that steal and kidnap children. And these children in Hollywood, because the parents are stupid and greedy and don't understand the dangers they put their children in and the dangers and positions they put their children in, this is why we have so many people coming out of Hollywood. Both the Feldmans, a bunch of people coming out in Hollywood saying they were molested by Hollywood producers. And then what happens? These producers magically make it go away. This is they magically make the pedophilia go away, and the judge magically rules a lesser sentence for a pedophile. And that's not okay. Pedophiles should be put away for a long time. And they should not be allowed to do this to a child. And if they continue to do this to a child, they should be locked away forever, not released again. I mean, we have dangerous people that are being released into these communities, and they have, because they have money. And then you have people who don't have money who are being accused of these crimes. And the I'll give you an example. Rusty Nelson had money, but Rusty Nelson exposed pedophilia. The problem was, it was not before he was taking pictures of them. And it's not like he could just go report it to somebody, but he should have handled it himself. I wouldn't have cared if they tried to come for me. I'm well armed and well equipped, not just up here, but physically. And this is why people should not go into show business. It is a nasty business. People are dying from ODs, heart attacks at a younger age. I mean, we have lost a lot of individuals to heart attacks lately. I was looking at the number of wrestlers last night that died of heart attacks. There is an amazing number of people who have died from heart attacks at a young age, including Bray Wyatt, who just recently died. What the fuck? And the doctors are not doing their job in checking the hearts. Are you eating? What are you eating? Keep a diary, a journal of what you're eating, because if you die of a heart attack, it's because your heart valves have closed up. See, people aren't checking these people's hearts to make sure they're okay. X-ray the chest, check the heart valves in the chest. Not like you can open the chest, but you do an X-ray on the chest and you can actually see the veins. There's an X-ray where you can see the veins in their chest, like the arteries in their chest and the heart, and you can see if they're healthy. These people are dying younger and younger and younger from heart disease and heart attacks and cardiovascular issues in their heart. That's a problem. And that's something that should be addressed. But, I'm sorry for the little rant and rave there, but I'm just saying that it's interesting how it goes from drugs and ODs. Like Michael Jackson's death was an accident. Sony was actually trying to kill him. Sony successfully did so. Sony and many other producers, powerful producers, paid money to the judges to prosecute the doctor, Patsy, who would then take the charges for them. And these individuals, this is how Hollywood gets down. It's so blatant, obvious to see, but nobody wants to say it. Well, I'm fucking saying it. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck you. Fuck you bastards. Fuck you all to hell. If I see you, I'm gonna fucking wipe the floor with you. I don't care how many bodyguards you got. That's the thing. I'm not afraid to confront these assholes. I'm not afraid to say, fuck you. What are you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? I don't go looking. It's not like I'm going looking for trouble. But, when they're killing people and nobody's saying anything, that's alarming. Because they're all fucking scared. Well, what are you going to do? Terminate and blackball my contract? Like, I give a fuck. Go ahead. I'll do something else. I was making a lot of money before I met you. I'll be making a lot of money after I meet you. Either or. These guys don't realize that there's more than one way to skin a cat and make money than being, that's all they want us to be, is actors, models, and sports stars. And that's the only way you can come up. You get your businessmen, you get your doctors, you get your lawyers. But that's a profession. But the individuals expect the majority, because if you look at the majority of black people, the majority of black people are what? Artists, musicians, musicians, artists, um, they are sports stars, and they are models. Uh, and then you get your adult actors that are black as well. I mean, these are and that's just a lower level of Hollywood. I mean, look at if you look at a lot of these superstars, these Hollywood actors, some of them did adult films before they ended up becoming Hollywood stars, and some of them, none of them that have money will ever be in a position of power because they will always work for it, the money they have. And it's because they are subjected to a contract that is basically it's actually void because some of the stuff that they put into their contracts is invalid. And if it's part of the contract is invalid, all of it's invalid. And so what you're doing is working for free on a void contract. And that's how Hollywood gets you. And people don't really truly know that their contract is most likely void that they're working on, and they're just working for free, traveling from place to place, getting paid pennies on the dime on a void contract. When you could sue them for breach of contract, and the fact that the contract was just void in general and had no authority to do what they were doing and take all your stuff back. I mean, that's honestly how I would do it. But then again, you got to be careful when you do that because you have to realize the consequences of what will happen if you do something like that. What will happen is Hollywood will send men or a man. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's many, depending on who it is, and they will come and try and kill you. So you have to be very careful in your decisions and what you do, because Hollywood does not give a fuck. If you kill, they have gatekeepers, and if you were to accidentally kill or they had a accident and they thought it was you, they would come for you. These gatekeepers are the ones that hold the keys. Well, Mr. Gatekeeper, if I target the gatekeepers and then I can get the keys and target their master. And that's the goal to take down. You gotta take small things like, okay, I'm gonna go buy up all the distribution centers. You want to distribute all my stuff from these centers? Well, now I have enough money to buy the distribution centers. I can buy all the distribution centers up, and now I'm the owner of those distributions. So now you have to pay me money every time you want to produce my product. See? That's how you really go about doing it. See, but that will also piss them off. What? I mean, it works. I done it before. I bought the lawyers board in my state. I bought the detention facility in my state. And these are all owned under another company. I mean, this is how they do it. When you donate money, you donate it from one company to another company. And that's how they get away with it. But they donate that money that they donated was then donated to a company that they own, and now it's tax-free washed money. This is how Hollywood is washing their money and making their money so it's tax-free. And then they go and use that money for like bribery, extortion, whatever racket they're trying to pull. And basically Hollywood is one giant racket. So I'm going to end the video there. Thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe for more content. Until then, Thank you for watching. This has been the people of the state of California. And I hope that you have a beautiful and wonderful and magnificent day. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Elijah Dominguez. And I'll see you then until next time.